So let us proceed with the definition of combinational logic circuit first. How can we define any combinational logic circuit? It very often becomes a question in many examinations that write down the difference between combinational logic circuit and sequential logic circuit, or very often it is asked in your viva that you clearly explain the difference between combinational and sequential circuit. So you have to understand it very clearly. Combinational logic circuit. Suppose we have a logical circuit which is made up of many inputs. Say there are many inputs x0, x1 up to xn are the inputs, and there are many outputs also, y0, y1 up to yn. If at any time any arbitrary output, say yi, is function of the applied inputs only x0, x1 up to xn, means output is function of only applied inputs. If circuitry shows this kind of behavior, if logical circuitry shows this kind of behavior, then it is called combinational logic circuit. Okay. If your circuitry shows any other kind of behavior, means the output is dependent not only on the presently applied input, but output is also a function of past outputs, then the circuit is called sequential logic circuit. Okay. I will further make this point clear when we will arrive to the point of sequential logic circuit, but I am simply pointing it out over here. Let us proceed for the design of simple combinational logic circuit, starting from very simple combinational logic circuit. And the simplest combinational logic circuit that we can start with is half adder, and we will make our attempt to design all the circuits using either NAND gate or NOR gate, and you will find a way which one is more simpler. You will adopt the way to design simpler circuit, either it is made up of NAND gates or NOR gates. So firstly let us see what the half adder is. Basically 2-bit addition. Suppose we have ai and bi are the bits, where a and b can take value from the set 0 1 and b can take value from the set 0 1. So naturally it will have two outputs also, sum and carry, sum output and carry output. So naturally if we look at the different combinations of 0 and 1, so if 0 is added with 0, sum is 0 and carry is 0. If 0 is added with 1, sum is 1 and carry is 0. If 1 is added with 0, sum is 1 and carry is 0. And if 1 is added in 1, sum is 1 and carry is 1. Okay. Agreed with this? So if we make a truth table to satisfy this situation, naturally we have addend and augend are written like this, a and b, and this will be sum and carry. So 0 0, this sum is 0, carry is 0, 0 1, sum is 1, carry is 1 0, and 1 1. It is like this. Okay. Now what is the way? You will have to see this problem in many parts. This problem will be seen in two parts. One designing part will be for sum output and other designing part will be for carry output. Okay. At one time you will approach for the design of one output, leaving other outputs. Okay. So, let us design the circuit for some output. We will make a K map for some output. So, how that K map is made? This is a two variable map. Take A this side and B this side. Naturally, A bar and A and B bar and B. So, where there are 1, A bar B bar, in A bar B bar cell it is 0, and in other cells there are 1. Okay. Then what is the way to make the groups? This is one of the group. What is coming out of this group? What is coming out of this group? B. Okay. And what is coming out of this group? A. Okay. All right. So, you proceed for the design of this circuit B plus A using NAND gate. You can design a OR gate, because this is a OR gate. You can design a OR gate using NAND gate. Okay. So, you proceed the realization of sum using NAND gate, or you can also proceed using NOR gate. Now, what about the carry? What about the carry? If you look at the designing of carry out, this is A bar and A and B bar and B. Where there is 1? In AB cell, this is 1. Okay. So, there is no other one to come with it. So, what will be the output? What will be the output? AB. C out is AB. Okay. What about the realization of the complement of this using, say, product of sum method? If you wish to realize the carry out using product of sum method, so you will realize the complement of this, and realizing the complement of this, these functions will be 1, these outputs will be 1, and that time you will realize C out bar, C out bar. So, what will be that? What will be that? You tell me. A bar plus B bar. Am I right? A bar plus B bar. Okay. Any harm? So, this will be A bar plus B bar. To get C out, what you need to do? You have to take further complement of it. So, A bar plus B bar, whole complement. It will be A double bar dot B double bar. It is same. Okay. So, either you realize this way or that way, you are getting the same circuitry, same complexity even. Okay. Now, if we proceed for the realization of full adder, something I should left as an assignment for you, where you feel comfortable. Full adder should be left as an assignment, I think. Okay. You can realize full adder. Then half subtractor and full subtractor. This is an assignment, and you have to realize all these things in your laboratory also. You have to even implement them using NAND gates. Half subtractor and full subtractor. Write it down. And then parallel adder. Parallel adder. What is parallel adder? Let me explain, and then you will realize, you will implement this thing in your laboratory. Okay. Suppose if somebody has given me a task to add these two nibbles, these two binary nibbles. Okay. Then to add this 1 1, I need a half adder, but to add these two ones and a carry coming out of this bit, I need a full adder. Because full adder is a adder which adds 3 binary digits at a time. Okay. It performs the complete operation of addition, complete addition operation, incorporating carry. That's why it is called full adder. And half adder does not incorporates, it does not have any provision to add carry. That's why it is called half adder. Okay. And then further you need a full adder at this point also and a full adder at this point also. Okay. So suppose if you have to, in general I say that A0, A1, A2, A3 is a one binary nibble in which you have to add B0, B1, B2 and B3, where these AI and BI are the bit positions. Okay. If you have to add this kind of, if you have to perform this kind of addition, then the circuit that you prefer is known as parallel adder. What this parallel adder, or sometimes this is also called ripple carry adder. Ripple carry adder. Ripple carry adder. Suppose to add this AI and BI, I have taken one half adder, and at the input of this half adder I am applying A0 and B0. What output it is giving? S0, some output, and a carry which is going for the next bit position, and here I will apply a full adder to add which digit position? A1 and B1. A1 and B1, these digits together with this carry which is coming out of this this LSB position, A0 B0 position, and this way I am getting this sum 1 over here and a carry out which this may be said as C0, this may be said as C1, and this carry out will further be fed to the next bits. And what is fed as an input over here? A2 and B2. What we will obtain at the output? S2 and C2. This is a full adder. Okay. And this is further fed to, this is carry in of this is carry in point of this is carry in point of this is carry out point. Okay. This is carry out point, and then here what you are feeding is A3 and B3. You get S3 and a final carry out. This unit is called ripple carry adder or parallel adder. You have to realize it in your laboratory. Okay. You will supply 4 input bits to this parallel adder, and you will get the added version of the output together with final carry out. What is the drawback of this adder? What is the drawback of this adder? It is very slow in performance. Why? Because suppose if you have to make a 64-bit adder using these blocks, assume you have to make a 64-bit adder. I am making only a 4-bit adder. If I have to make a 64-bit adder for 64-bit processor, then naturally the 64th bit output, final bit addition output, can be obtained only if ripple carry flows, ripples starting from your LSB and reaches up to MSB. Okay. Here carry is rippling all the way from LSB and reaching up to MSB, and this incorporates a much time delay in the circuit. Okay. So this is one of the drawback associated with this parallel or ripple carry adder. Carry is rippling all the way from LSB to MSB. Okay. To get the final result at this say MSB position, you have to wait the carry which is flowing from LSB side, which is propagating from this LSB side and reaching up to MSB side. So you have to wait this carry flow which is starting from your LSB position, which may start from your LSB position and which may affect the addition process at the MSB. So to come out of this drawback, we design carry look ahead adder. Carry look ahead adder, CLA, or sometimes also called look ahead carry adder. Carry look ahead adder. I will recommend you to go through this today. I will explain it tomorrow class. In tomorrow's class I will explain it. Okay. I am leaving it for you to go through once using your textbook. Okay. Because when tomorrow you will come, you can very easily understand the process of carry look ahead adder. Now I will explain you some more logical circuitry. Okay, binary to gray and gray to binary code converters. Okay, let us explain. Binary to gray code converter first. Binary to gray code converter. This is a combinational circuit. This circuit you have to implement in your laboratory. Binary to gray code converter. Suppose if 4-bit binary is given to you and you have to obtain the gray pattern for this, what is the way, what is the algorithm to obtain obtain a gray code from a given binary? Suppose B3, B2, B1 and B0 binaries are given to you. Okay. Then to obtain gray, you simply make a copy of this MSB bit. This will give you the bit 3 or MSB bit of gray code. Then you will take the addition between these two, okay, and you put the result as G2, and then the same process for G1 and the same process for G0. Okay. So let us make a table using this logic. I will put a table straightforward before you because it will take a time while making this table. I am simply showing this table before you. You simply focus how this table is made. Is it visible to you? You see, you come on any binary code. Suppose if I am converting this, the copy of MSB D is 0, then 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 0, and 1 plus 1 is 0. Okay. So this way you can convert a given binary, 4-bit binary, starting from say 0002 to 111 into the corresponding gray. Okay. This you have to do. Then we have to design that binary is given as input to that combinational logic circuit and gray has to be produced at the output. This is our need. So this is many input, many output situation, and while designing many input, many output situation, at a time you have to look it as if it is a many input single output situation. Means in a run you have to design 4 input and G3 output, okay, leaving other output as if they are not there. Then in second run you have to design for 4 input and G2 output. Now this is also a 4 input 1 output situation. Then in third run you have to design for G3 output and 4 input and G1, and then 4 input and G0, and then you will embed all the 4 circuitry in a single black box, okay, to get the whole binary to gray code converter. So should I proceed for the design or you will comfortable with this design? You can. You tell me. I should proceed, huh? I should make 1 or 2 of them. It is very simple. It is very simple. Suppose if I am proceeding for G0, you see this table once again, or better if you make this table in your copy. Suppose if I am mapping for G0, you see M0 is 0, M1 is 1, M2 is 1, M3 is 0, M4 is 0. Okay, I will map each and every term in our K map, and then we will simplify K map and we will see what will be the output. Then I will map these ones for G1. Then I will map these ones for G2, and then I will map these ones. You see, these minterms, they are 1, and rest of the minterms, they are 0 for G3. So let us start. So if I make the K map for, let us reduce the zoom in. If I make the map for expression G0, gray 0, it will come out something like this. DC is mapped this way and BA is mapped this way. So this is B bar, A bar, B bar A, BA and BA bar. This is D bar, C bar, D bar C, DC and DC bar. So if you map it like this, you see that one are mapped like this. Okay. One take their position like this. So this is very easy to make group in it. 2 quads are there, and what is the expression coming out of it is B bar A, and what is the expression BA bar. Okay. So G0 is equal to B bar A plus BA bar. Okay. Similarly, you can derive expression for G1. Should I proceed, or you will do it by your own? Now you can do it. Okay. And then you will see that this is nothing but A exclusive or B. This is expression of A exclusive or B. Okay. And then this G1 will come to be, you perform it and you will get it, that it is expression of B exclusive or C. Okay. And G2 will come as C exclusive or D, and G3 will come as D. In G3, if you see, there are 8 ones starting from you can say 8, 9, 10, 11 cells, and 12, 13, 14, 15. If you look at the truth table, there are 8 ones, and they will make a group, and this will result into D. Okay. So how can you realize this circuit? This is very easy. You have D, C, B and A as input. D, C, B and A are input lines. So G3 is D. And what about G2? This is G1 and this is G0. What about G2? It is exclusive OR between C and D. So it is exclusive OR between C and D. Okay. What about G1? It is exclusive OR between C, B and C. you have to simply realize an exclusive OR gate for this. And what is G0? It is exclusive OR between B and A. So this way you can realize a 4-bit binary to gray code converter. Okay. Similarly, you can proceed for gray to binary code converter, because reverse conversion is also essential. Once you have converted any given binary pattern for gray for some processing, so when you have processed the signal, when you have completed your processing, you have to further perform the reverse conversion, that is from gray to binary. And what is the logic while performing gray to binary? Now G3, G2, G1 and G0 is given to you. Okay. And you have to obtain B3, B2, B1 and B0. Okay. B3 is simply MSB is copy of MSB. Then you have to perform the addition between these two. Okay. And this will be the result for this. Then you have to perform the addition between these two, and this will be the result for this. And then you have to perform the addition between these two, and this will be the result for B0. Okay. So you will build up a truth table using this logic. Okay. And then you will proceed for the realization. So this is also an assignment for you, and this is a laboratory assignment also. You have to perform this thing in your lab. Now from tomorrow I will start decoder and decoders and logical circuit design using decoders, and then encoders, and then I will come on the multiplexer and demultiplexer. Okay. So this is job for tomorrow.